Last December, I was on a group call with 6 of my closest girlfriends. We live in cities all over the world, so we make it a point every other month without fail to check in with each other, to catch up on the big moments in life that are too big for the group chat. Now, on this particular day, I had something unexpected to share. I took a deep breath, I scanned their faces on my screen, and I said, 7 days from now, I'm scheduled for a mastectomy. I'm going to lose my left breast. My friend broke the silence. Danny, are you afraid? I am afraid. I'm afraid I won't change. If I don't change my ways, who's to say another tumor won't develop? See, my tumor developed in my left breast, and it was non-cancerous or benign. Yet, it grew with ferocity. My tumor, was motion art. She was unreal. She belonged in the pages of a comic book. I remember waking up one morning and the oozy, gooey mass had sprouted what looked like cauliflowers, but pink and made of breast tissue. I was in awe of her because I knew she was here to teach me something. In fact, I believed I created her to teach me something. How did I create my tumor? Our bodies are creating over 2.8 million new cells per second. That means by the end of my talk, your body will have produced over 2 billion new cells. And our cells are listening to our genes, our food, our thoughts, our stress, on how to behave and how to create energy. The years leading up to my tumor growing aggressively, I was in grief. I was grieving the loss of my marriage, my dream home, my business as I knew it. I entered into a business partnership where I was people-pleasing and suppressing my voice. The last thing I heard from them over email was, "You'll be hearing from our attorney." It was straight out of a movie. And still, I suppressed my voice. My stress compounded. I fed my body toxic food and my mind toxic thoughts. And my cells followed my instruction. 6 days before my mastectomy, I received a text from a friend. She said, "Everything is gonna be okay. People in our lifetime are gonna live beyond 150 years. 150? I raced to the small whiteboard on my fridge and I drew a line from 0 to 150 and I plotted my age and wrote, "You are here." If I chose to believe that I would live beyond 150, I still had 75% of my life to live. That's when I subconsciously realized that I believe I would die at 85, even though my nana is 92. Where did this belief come from? So I turned to Google. What is the life expectancy of a woman born in America in 1986 of Panamanian and Jamaican descent? The answer? 79. 79. That number wasn't just a statistic, it was a ceiling placed above me, based on my culture, my lifestyle, and access to healthcare in my country. It had me question, what if we measured the value of countries by the life expectancy of their people? Because right now, countries compete on the power of our dollar, of our currency, and the de facto leaderboard is GDP. I imagined a different leaderboard where countries were ranked by the life expectancy and health span of their people. My personal leaderboard used to be how much money I made. I spent the last decade helping people turn their stories into online courses. I watched as teaching online became one of the highest paying careers, and my course, along with some of our members' courses, generated millions. And I thought wealth was the accumulation of money. And then a conversation with my advisor shifted something. She said, we are entering an age where we're transitioning from the Newtonian age, where money is currency, to the quantum age, where well-being is currency. And a few months later, COVID swept the globe. And I was faced with this question because I saw the leaderboard start to change. How do we reconcile that we need money to live, but we need our health to give us life? I needed a word for this. So I did what Shakespeare would do, and I invented one. And that word is wealth. WELLTH. Wealth is creating wealth in service of your well-being and the world's. So here are 3 laws I followed to create wealth and redefine my life expectancy. The first law of creating wealth is subtraction. When I learned about my breast tumor growing aggressively, I started subtracting artificial sugars and processed foods from my diet. I lowered the volume on TV and media that was distracting me from my purpose. I released relationships that were bankrupting me. Overall, I consumed less yet better, and my energy skyrocketed. What are some things that you can subtract or release from your life to create more space for your life? The second law of creating wealth is addition. In the wealth universe, 1 + 1 = 11. When you add the right one to your one life, it has exponential effects. So I added 1-ingredient meals, green juices and green smoothies. I added people, one by one, who listened to my voice and put a megaphone to it. And when I eliminated the toxins and subtracted the things that were distracting me, I started having vivid dreams every night. And I added dream analysis to my daily practice. In one such dream, I stood before a platform with a light purple glow. And in the dream, I said, life is a simulation. It was as if my subconscious back then was creating this moment right here, where I would stand on this platform and speak about life to you. So what is one food, person, or daily practice you can add to add some life to your life? And the third and final law of creating wealth is multiplication. Whatever you believe multiplies. I can either believe that I will die at 79 or expect to live beyond 150. Now, I know that some of you have no desire to be on this planet for that long, and I don't blame you. But what I want you to take away is that life expectancy is not when the stats say you'll die. Life expectancy is what you expect of your life. So what belief do you want to multiply? What is your new life expectancy? 90, 100, 150, if you bought that life? As the saying goes, life is short. I want to propose that life is long. Paradoxically, the longer your time horizon, the more chances you can take today. And we can change the leaderboard. So imagine it's a week from now, and you are on a video call with your 6 closest friends and colleagues, and it's your turn to share. And you say, what if a country was measured by the life expectancy of its people? What if it is our birthright to live beyond 150? What risks or leaps would you take today, knowing you have more time? And as I close, if you have ever been afraid that you wouldn't change like I was, you have over 2 billion new cells in your body right now that are proof that you can. Thank you.